Yeah, yes, good morning. This is another beautiful day, and I'm just happy to be here. And I'm also happy that you are back here to listen to my opinion or what I think. Today, I just want to tackle credit. What is good credit? And we all know that good credit is what makes us be able to get loans and get financing for different kinds of activities that we get involved in. But today, the credit I'm talking about is not the same credit that we each individually have. Today, going to talk about the importance of a country having good credit. Besides personal good credit, a country where you live must also have good credit. So, what does it mean to have good credit? So I'm typically referring to high credit rating or credit worthiness. Or are you credit worthy? Can you be lent money? So I'm talking about credit worthiness in the eyes of international investors. I'm talking about credit rating agencies, and I'm also talking about financial markets. All those work together. If you have a high credit rating with international investors, or credit rating agencies and financial markets, then your country is in good standing. So a country with good credit is considered financially stable. You're also considered financially reliable, which means you're capable of meeting your financial obligations, including servicing of the debt and, of course, assessing credit at favorable terms, good interest rate, duration, so that ratings are good. So when you go to the World Bank or you go to any other IMF, you get good ratings or good terms for your loans. So the loans are more amicable or you're able to handle them. Of course, that comes with economic stability. When your country is a strong and stable economy and you have a steady growth, low inflation, low unemployment, and manageable public debt, then of course this will enhance your credit worthiness. Then also you have to have good fiscal management, sound fiscal policies, including prudent budget management. You have to have responsible fiscal deficit levels. You must also have effective debt management practices, which are very crucial for maintaining good credit. So having economic stability and good fiscal management. And of course, the country must be politically stable. Political stability and the predictability of the policy environment are essential for investors. Investors want to see you have a country that is stable and they can rely on you that once they put in their money in there, they're able to get their return on investment. So right now, a lot of African countries are having issue with their credit ratings globally. Most countries have terrible loans with the IMF or the World Bank. And why is that? How can we get out of our financial slump if the loans we are getting for development are eating too much of the money? You tend to lose most of your money by paying back all this debt. It's almost a no-win situation. Can you imagine you buying a house at 25% interest rate as opposed to somebody getting the same house at 5% interest rate? Which means at 25%, for every $100, you pay $25 towards a loan. Well, somebody else, out of $100, they're only paying $5. So the person paying $5, that is good money. You're paying at 25%, that is bad money. Now, a lot of African countries are in that rating of bad money. Very unfavorable terms for their loans. So I just want to emphasize the importance of good credit for a country. And also I want to discuss what an African president must do to get the country out of this situation. And a lot of the countries in Africa, especially Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa, have now been included in the dirty money list, which just makes the situation even worse. Besides having bad term loans, now you're also in the dirty money list where now you're being scrutinized. So I just want to discuss, okay, you're the leader of an African country that is in the dirty money list, and also your credit rating is not good. So that's what I want to discuss today. So first of all, of course, there has to be government will to combat corruption. This leads to too many things. Corruption leads to instability. It leads to everything. It also leads to economic instability. So firstly, the reason why a country must have good credit is to access capital. You want to be able to get money for borrowing, for development. So if you have a good credit rating and you have access to capital in the international financial markets, this allows your country to borrow funds at favorable interest rates so you can finance essential infrastructure projects. You can stimulate economic growth and also invest in social programs. Then good credit rating will attract foreign investment. Other people want to invest in your country because you have good credit, you're reliable. So that this can be in the form of direct investment. This can also be in the form of portfolio investment in government bonds and securities. So this influx of investment capital contributes to economic development. And with economic development, we have job creation and also we have poverty eradication. So the reason why you have to have good credit is to access capital, and also you can get investment and development, which is now a good thing whereby job creation and poverty eradication are in place. Strong creditworthiness enhances a country's economic stability by providing a buffer against external shocks and financial crises. The market is the market. So there's a financial shock, something happens, or an earthquake or a volcanic eruption affects China or India or Japan. So those are financial shocks. And there could be a meltdown and financial crisis. So when you have economically stable, you are able to withstand financial shocks. So this instills confidence amongst creditors. It also, financial institutions look at you from a good perspective because you are stable. And also, with this, reducing the risk of capital flight and currency depreciation also helps, which means your money is not depreciating from level A to level D in a short period of time. So countries with good credit have a great flexibility in managing their fiscal policies and also responding to economic challenges. So they can borrow funds to finance deficit spending, during bad times. So you have access to those funds. And also you can implement counter-cyclical measures to support economic recovery. So having good credit is important. So having good managers, having good people in leadership, people who know what they're doing, is what will help countries to be in this situation. Now, if I was an African president, what an African president must do to get the country out of situation, or like I mentioned, Kenya and Nigeria and South Africa are in the dirty money list. What do we do to get out of this list? So an African president must demonstrate unwavering commitment to combating corruption and financial crimes. The leader of the pack must show this unwavering commitment to combating corruption and financial crimes. An African leader must prioritize anti-corruption efforts. They must lead by example. If your president is a corrupt person and is not leading by example, this is not demonstrating any political will. And they must hold themselves and their administration accountable to their actions. If somebody amongst the cabinet is not straightforward, the president must lead by example and hold them accountable. Otherwise, their actions will go unanswered. International markets are looking at this and they know it. Then another thing an African leader or president must do, they must strengthen anti-corruption laws, and institutions must also be strengthened. With strong institutions, then we can effectively investigate, we can effectively prosecute, and we can effectively punish corrupt practices. If you have a weak judiciary, then they don't prosecute perpetrators, or corrupt people are not punished, then the African president is lacking in what he's doing. So institutions must be strengthened, and so they can work effectively. So this includes empowering independent anti-corruption agencies. If there's an anti-corruption agency in your country, those organizations must be strengthened. The president must take it upon themselves to strengthen organizations that help him support anti-corruption. Then they also, if I was a president, or what an African president must do is also to enhance whistleblower protection. A whistleblower is somebody who says what they see, what is wrong, and what has happened. They must be protected. If a whistleblower is not protected, then people are not encouraged to come out to see or to say what they saw. So as a president, laws must be put in place where whistleblowers are protected, either by security or whatever they deem necessary. And then also promoting transparency in government operations. Everything must be in the open. Deals that are being made must be in the open. The public must know what is going on. It just doesn't make sense when the public is told we've spent $385 million for something and the public do not even see where the money went or how the money was used or how this idea came about. Was it discussed? Was it a level playing field? Who got the tender? All these things have to be transparent. They have to be out in the open. I know when you're a powerful person and you have powerful friends, you tend to give them deals. If you want your country to grow, this must stop. We must foster transparency and accountability. So governments should promote transparency. They must promote accountability in all aspects of governance. Of course, this includes public procurement. A tender must be made public and let the best company win. Budget management has to be in place and financial reporting. So openness and accountability will reduce opportunities for corruption, and of course, public trust in government will increase. If you reduce corruption, then there's openness and accountability. The public will have trust in the government, and this will encourage more investments from within and also without. The moment this is seen to be happening, investors will shy away and they'll never show up again. So the president must strengthen financial regulation. They must strengthen supervision of these financial institutions and regulations because they must prevent money laundering. Illicit financial flows of money from different parts of the world, we don't know where the money came from. Strengthening financial regulation and supervision to prevent money laundering is key. Because other financial crimes, when your country is open to financial crimes, then this lowers your credibility on the international standards. So this includes implementing robust anti-money laundering uh, policies and combating the financing of terrorist monies. So we have the country or the president must promote or enhance due diligence requirements for financial institutions and promoting international cooperation on financial crimes investigations. So they have to work with the international market hand in hand so that they can build trust. Like I say, you want to build good credit, and I just outlined the benefits of having good credit. The opposite of that is not having good credit, and then you're not trusted. Your country will lag behind while everybody else is moving forward. You might have all the money, but your country is not moving forward. I know somebody mentioned, I listened to somebody's comment. In a lot of African countries, is a few people are having champagne while the masses don't even have water. We want a situation whereby everybody has water, everybody's having the champagne. Now, if you're having champagne and the rest of the people don't even have water to drink, what good are you as a leader? Who are you leading? Are you leading your few friends that you're having champagne with? Or are you trying to make it a situation whereby now everybody has water to drink? So with that, as a leader, you must also invest on education and awareness. Leaders should invest in education and awareness for the public. The people must be made aware. Good thing we have the internet right now, and people have access to information. But as a leader, you must make education and awareness campaigns. This is to raise public information and awareness. They must be aware of the detrimental effects of corruption. The public must be aware of detrimental effects of financial crimes. They must be made aware of how budgeting works so that they know what the country is doing and what the country is facing or all the challenges. So if you're able to create a culture of integrity, a culture of ethics, then as a leader, the president can empower citizens to resist corruption and also to hold their leaders accountable. So leaders must be held accountable. Then the masses also, or the citizens, must also resist corruption because they know it's an evil. So in achieving good credit and combating corruption, it's a win-win situation. And these are very essential priorities for any African country. So by demonstrating strong leadership, enacting effective anti-corruption measures, and promoting transparency and accountability, then as a leader, you can improve the country's creditworthiness, then you can foster economic development, and then you can build a brighter future for the citizens. So it's a win-win situation, but as a leader, you must do the right thing. When you're doing deals with your friends, it's good for you. You can have the champagne, but the rest of the people are crying, and the whole world is saying, let's build good credit for our countries. Let's build good credit for ourselves personally. Then we all grow with the rest of the world. That's my few comments. Please send me any suggestions or ideas. What do you think on this topic? Thanks. Bye bye.